Hello, everyone. I'm just sitting down here and I'm just, should I say contemplating or just thinking? And what I've been thinking about is Dave Umahi. Dave Umahi has been running his mouth that he wants to debate Peter Obi. And now he's debating the whole of Nigeria. The issue in front of him is more than the one that he focused on Peter Obi and whatever. It's the whole Nigeria. Share that debate that he's looking for. But he has gotten it. But he did not get it with who he wanted to get it with. He has gotten it with the whole Nigeria. Because people are asking, this lady that died in your house, what happened to her? How come she was in your house in the first place? What's your business with her? What is your relationship with her? She's not your sister. She's not your sister-in-law. Why is she in your house? All the explanation, they know when they say you go explain tire. Now there Umahi do. Umahi they explain, where they explain tire. And you know one thing, there's something in my place. They used to say that if people are fighting you and you're not fighting them back, that God will fight your war for you. And even me sometimes I tell people, I don't fight my fight too. Anybody's doing anyhow, the person go collect. And not be saying me go do anything. Not just like that. And if you notice Mr. Peter Obi, sometimes when people have a certain grace with them, and you go after them, especially when they've not thought bad of you, they are not hurting you, they are not fighting you. There's a kind of fight that people will be fighting themselves. And let me digress a little bit, and because I used this example recently. It is during this whole my ticket issue in NDC, my senatorial ticket, and how the injustice that the party had done against me. Not only refusing to do the primaries, which I had even moved on, but going on to smear my name and try to do a calumny against me, both from the national leader of the party and also the national secretary of the party and everything. A lot of my supporters were angry. No, this is too much. Why are we taking me? Some of them had even started writing statements. Even some they forwarded to me just for me to sit again. And I said, no. I said, I'm not going to fight this thing. I said, no. And then I want to ask one of them. And I said, come. I said, it's like God is fighting your war. God is standing for you. And you are standing on your own and say you want to go and fight the fight yourself. How will you be? You think you'll be better off than God's own? So I said there's no need. Because at the end of the day, even the thing that they did, that they wanted to turn the whole nation against me by lying, going out to lie and say that, oh, Aisha was giving a House of Rep ticket. She said she was too big for it. On national TV, unprovoked. I said, they were so angry. Especially, there were people who were in that room. The first time, I had gone to Senator Dixon. And they were like, this is not what I just say, leave it. I said, for me. Because one thing with me, I can be very focused. I can be a self-centered. In short, I'm a self-centered person. That's why people will think that I get people. Oh, did you not see this person that did? I say, I did this. Because me, I don't have time. If I'm doing something, I want to see it to the end. I don't want to be distracted. Whatever it is, you can be slapping me, do whatever. I'll focus. And when I'm done, I'll come and meet and say, what was that thing you were saying, right? And so for me, I was like, just focus on it. It's the same thing I see with, with a Peter Obi. People that have fought him, they come out, they fight him. Before you know something, now they will be there handling. He's not gonna talk anything. No. I remember when what's his name again? The one that was arrested in UK for organ harvesting. He had that 2022 this thing. He too has started going after Peter Obi. Before you know something, he had his own wahala that he was dealing with. There were so many of them, different at different times or whatever. So you see. So there are some people that they have their grace. Especially when someone is not fighting, you don't fight them. One of the things I always say to people, I say, you see me here, may God forbid that I become a transgressor. You will be the one that transgresses against me. Then I will go after you. But I won't be the one to be the transgressor. Because when you are the transgressor, you lose that grace of God upon your life. You lose that grace. And that grace there, you can't buy it. And sometimes the moment you lose it, you can't get it back. And another digression again, because this whole issue that we had, when the issue of because I have even a lot of people, even up till now, people will call me. It's not too late, Biko, please come and accept. Why didn't you accept the House of Rep ticket? Why? I say come. I say sit down. There was one. It was after I explained to the person that then I said, okay, you understand. I said sit down. I say, you see me. There are things. Have you ever wondered why there are things I've said in this country that many people can never, they don't bond them when they do say they will talk them. I said it. It's not that I'm above arrest. They can arrest me, they can kill me. All those ones are there. Those ones are easy peasy. But have you ever wondered the way people have worked for 12 years? There are people right from during Jonathan's, oh, we will see the end of this woman. This woman will say, but every time I'm always a step ahead. God, I'm always protected. I say, have you ever wondered? I say, it is by God's grace. It's not my grace. And one thing I know I've always tried to do is to stay on the side of justice, equity, and truthfulness. Even if it's against me, I will stand on it. Even if it's the person I support. If Peter Obi does anyhow today, me, Aisha is come on, my brother, my principal not try, you not do it there. Yes, we all make mistakes. I'll move on from there. But it's not the one I'll come and start lying. But you know that no. I say I try to stand on the path of truth, justice, equity. And then say to them, you see this House of Ref, this thing is for me to go and take it. They will not give it to me. It's the same injustice that was done to me in Senate that you want me to not do to others. I will not be the person being a beneficiary of an unjust process. I said then I would have done injustice to the 20 people. 20 people bought form. So if the party had decided that the form, why did they sell it to 20 people? 20 people I said they bought form. Then I will now go and collect it. And I said to them, I will now become part of those who are doing injustice. I said the day that I do it is the day that I will lose that grace that has been upon my life. Because most of the things I do is on me. I go to events, sometimes, or I say certain things. I can tell you at the last minute, I didn't plan saying it. I didn't, because most times, me, I speak from my head. I'm not someone who reads. I speak better than I write. When I'm writing, my thoughts are too fast for my writing. So if I'm going to write slow smooth, if I'm reading from somewhere, so I speak from the heart. And people feel me. That grace. Let me tell you, I've been traveling in the last 3 weeks. I've traveled to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm in my 5th country, right? And I think about 6th or 7th city. And everywhere I go, I meet people. Oh my goodness. In short, I saw one professor at the airport. It was the day before yesterday. He was almost like crying. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I've seen you. I can't believe it. He's a professor in one of these European countries. I can't believe, oh my God, you are my role model. You are this. I say all of this is grace. I've enjoyed this grace because God knows. I'm not saying I don't make mistakes. I make mistakes. But any mistake I make, it's not like a deliberate mistake. It's an honest mistake. And then I've enjoyed God's grace, God's protection. That's what I said to them. I said, you don't know the number of people right from 2014 that have wanted me dead. I remember when Bilkisu Yusuf died, many people thought it was Aisha Yusuf they were celebrating during that Hajj stampede. I said, I've enjoyed this protection. Then you now want me to lose it by taking part in an unjust way. I said, no, God forbid. There's no position on earth that is worth that. And when I said it, to those ones I had to explain to them this way, they actually understood. Even the other day in Mill Thinkings, I met someone, 2 of them, Nigerians actually, and they were like, well, why didn't you take the House of Rep ticket? And I explained to him, I said, no. I said, that thing that they were saying that I said I'm too big. I said it was just a lie. They just started trying to smell my name. When I explained, they're like, oh yeah, I understood. So, that's with someone like Peter Obi, when you're trying to fight him, the forces that will fight you back, because he's not fighting you. And that's see Devil Umahi now. He's doing the debate though, true. But not with Peter Obi, with Nigerians.
Like this in wonder shall never end. Yes. The Umahi that want a debate with Peter Obi is now debating with the whole Nigeria. I can't be now. This man, you go explain that. As I say yesterday, they explain. Oh God, you want to explain and rich. You understand? So don't now like the talk. You understand? All those one are your lie. You understand? All those one are your lie. Police, they need to do proper investigation. You understand? They need to do proper investigation. Now debate content now. You don't put yourself on the debate seat. You understand? You don't put yourself on the debate table. So you will continue to debate until you bring evidence come out. Voila. Well, it is well.